Hey, what's up everybody? David Macomber here. I just realized that last week the background was like kind of boring, and so I added a little whale painting in the background. Felt like that was a little bit more exciting to checking out the behind the scenes of how we draw this flounder. So like all my drawings, they start out with just the basic sketches, kind of the big shapes, and kind of zoom in here so you can see a little better. So just kind of like there's like a big circle there, kind of a triangle in the front, and it's just always working out the big shapes. We'll speed the video up here a little bit. Once the big shapes are in, we will go in and kind of refine the placement of everything. And that's kind of the second pass. And then you'll see in this that I actually I use the effects to little kind of change the shape of the eye and the shape of the body here. I don't really see this as cheating because I'm just kind of using the tools of the iPad. Because what I'm going to do is actually go in and do a third level, and which is, you know, a common illustrator's trick or tool or whatever. Like they use tracing paper and light boards and kind of are always refining. So like even if you look at like Disney animations, they have like the lines and the sketches, and it kind of refines over a couple times. So no one is really going in and drawing it perfectly the first time. So here we go, or this is the third level, kind of going in and adding all the detail. And I sped it up quite a bit, but this is the slowed, this is like the actual speed in which I'm drawing, and there is kind of a meditative quality to just drawing like all these lines. But I figured I'd show you the slowed down version of this drawing process, and then we'll get back to the fast version. So now that I've done the kind of the basic line drawing, you know, on the iPad, I bring it into Photoshop, and this is where I start adding all the colors, all the halftones, all the shading, the details. And you'll see at the top there, that's my color palette that I talked about probably 2 videos ago. It's that consistent color palette that's going to go through the whole book. So I put that on the top of the screen just so I can always, you know, reference it, and I'm always kind of pulling from the same colors. And it's so crazy when you like you know, when you're doing drawing and illustration, the shadows and the highlights are so powerful. Like when you just, as soon as you add shadows and highlights to something, it really makes it pop. So you'll see this is a little trick that I'm doing. Instead of using black ink, you'll see I'm using a blue and a red ink, which is in traditional printing. That's the way they print black. So you'll see that that's the way I print. I do a layer of red and a layer of blue, and that gives it the black for the fish. But this flounder was kind of fun. He had a really cool personality. Here's the highlights of it all. And again, just adding those highlights really helps. It gives it that three-dimensional and that pop. And doing highlights in this style really kind of throws back to the comic book style. So the flounder is a bottom fish that kind of lives in like more sandy areas, and there's a lot of grass, and I didn't like the way those grass turned out. They looked more like tentacles, I thought. So, and then within the, you know, within the sand, there's little shells and rocks and clams and stuff, and so I went in and just try to, you know, the main focus is the fish, but just adding a little bit of details to kind of sell the story a little bit. And I reworked these clams 3 or 4 times. I never really liked the way they turned out, but finally in the end they ended up turning out pretty good. But yeah, I was pretty happy with this flounder. It was a, you know, flounders are cool. It's a South Jersey you know, fish. It's super popular caught around here, so it was kind of just it was fun to work on this one, and I think this is going to be a favorite with people. I'm actually thinking about turning it into a t-shirt as well. I'm going to make that available as well. So here's the final image of the, and I kind of zoomed in because there's some like hidden stuff in the background. that I don't want to give too much away. But so I hope you guys are enjoying this. The next one we have the ilex, which is kind of like a squid. Not kind of, it is a squid. We have the John Dory, which apparently is a delicious fish that I've never had before. A krill, and the lionfish. So what's the next one you'd like to see? The ilex, the John Dory, the krill, or the lionfish. So I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I'm enjoying making them. We're about 8 or 9 animals in, because I already did the manta ray, because that was one I was just kind of having fun working on. But so we're getting close, working on the book. I've been doing some text as well, but I think that's going to be, I'm going to have to just kind of think about going maybe on like an overnight camping trip and working on all the text for it. So hope you guys have a great week. Leave any questions or comments below. I want to address them in the next video, and we'll see you guys in a couple days.